What's up, people? This video is for everybody that cannot decide which Buck 110 to buy. Now, these are my free Buck 110s. On the bottom, we have the Pro, we have CPMS 4dB, nickel bolsters, and G10. This is sort of the original version with brass and wood. And this is the same thing, just with finger grooves. And the brass is not, the patina on the brass has not developed as much as on this one. So let's talk about the Pro and the regular one before we talk about the finger grooves or no finger grooves. I guess the Pro is for everybody that wants to experience CPMS 4dB in, I guess, the best version, because in my opinion, with this heat treatment, this S4dB performs a lot better in terms of edge retention and toughness on the edge than, let's say, Spyderco's or Benchmade's S4dB. The heat treatment is really good on here. So if you want to experience the best version of S4dB, this is a good way to start, I guess. The nickel and the G10 feel a lot colder to the touch. So this is something you need to be aware of. Whereas the brass and wood, they feel really nice and warm to the touch. So if you hold your knife a lot during the day, if you use it a lot, this feels a lot better in hand, in my opinion, just because the materials used feel better. The 420HC is easy to resharpen. So if you like to touch up your knife regularly, as opposed to do one big, more advanced resharpening, then the 420HC is better. It also is a little bit tough on the edge. So depending on what you do, let's say you do a lot of skinning, I would pick the S4dB. Or if you do a lot of cardboard cutting, S4dB. If you do a lot of woodwork, I would prefer the 420HC personally, but that's obviously up to everybody themselves, I guess. And like I said, for most people, depending on the feeling or in regards to the feeling in hand, the regular version feels better. Let's talk about finger grooves or no finger grooves. So in terms of weight, there is no difference. You would think that this is lighter, but it isn't. These finger grooves are really meant to be held by every size of hand. So large, medium, or small hands. I haven't heard from anybody that has problems with these. I have small hands and they still fit me just fine. So the finger grooves are really not for a certain hand size, which is good. Very, very good. Now, if you look at these from the bottom, you can see that the, stop spinning. You can see that the regular version is a lot nicer rounded off at the corners, whereas the finger grooved version have like really defined and more sharper corners, meaning that the finger grooves lock you in better, so your hand stays in the same place, but you also have more hot spots. So if you do a lot of woodworking, I guess, a lot of harder cuts, the regular version will feel a lot better, and this will lock you in nicer if you have like oily or slick hands, I guess. So